If you like power, well, I've got something for you today from Bluetti. It's called the EB3A 600w. Welcome to the Vapor Trail channel. I'm Tony. Today we're going to be taking a look at another power station slash solar generator. This one from Bluetti. It's called the EB3A 600 watts. Aside from being a big geek and loving electronics and stuff, this is just something that really piqued my interest because I live on the Outer Banks of North Carolina. We're prone to hurricanes, nor'easters, and other weather events that take out power somewhat regularly. I live in a condo and a gas generator is really not feasible, nor do I really want another gas-powered thing. I'm really into electric stuff like PEVs, personal electric vehicles, electric skateboards, bikes, scooters. I'd like to play electric guitar. My wife and I cannot sleep without a fan and maybe even a TV on, so there's a lot of reasons why I might need power in a power outage. The other side of that is all those PEVs that I like to ride. Since they are zero emissions, I figure, well, what a great way to run your summer. I mean, I can charge these things up with a solar panel, charge my board up with that, my skateboard or my bike or my scooter, and ride. I mean, that seems like a perfect setup, right? So I dove right in. I've got a couple solar panels and a few other power stations that I've reviewed here on the channel that you can check out for yourself. But Bluetti is a brand that I hadn't tried yet, and they're a respected and reliable brand. So I was like, oh yeah, I definitely want to try them out. So this one was kind of my entry into that. Maybe we'll go with something bigger. What I really want to get is one of those coolers that you can power with electricity. And, you know, if the power goes out here. Anyways, I'm looking into that as well. But this little power station is more than just an entry-level power station. I've got some that are like, okay, I mean, it works, but this thing's got some cool features. So what we're going to do, I'm going to do a lightning unboxing, less than 2 minutes. Then we'll go over all the specs and show you how it works. How's that sound? Well, let's go ahead and do it. So as you saw, the packaging was pretty minimal. And inside the manual, it's important to note because, well, this is all it shows that it's coming with the standard package, the charging cable, user manual, warranty card, and the power station itself. And then they show down here a car charging cable, solar charging cable, and USB to USB-C as options. I'm sorry, right down here, right? Well, of course, your warranty card. I did get the power cable, which there is no power brick with this, and just a quick explanation on that. They combined some of the features internally on this so that they could make it smaller and cut costs. That's why you don't have a power brick with this. You'll hear more fan noise for sure when you're charging with this, since it is using internal fans rather than the power brick itself taking up some of that issues with the heat. And I got the solar charging cable, so I mean, that's a big bonus. I'm really happy about that. So there are many ways to charge this and use it. And this comes with something called powerlifting mode. You can lift heavier loads without the whole thing just overloading. You know, things that need a steady flow of higher wattage. Basically, it sort of tricks the thing that you're charging to think that it's getting the higher wattage. Now, in order to put it into that powerlifting mode, you have to use the app. So it does have Bluetooth connectivity. It also has turbocharging mode, which you can get up to 430 watts of input in that mode. And it's under 1 hour for a full charge with turbocharge mode, but you're going to need 4 connections to do that. Just remember, you're going to need the app to use with Bluetooth if you're going to want to get into the more advanced features. So once again, the Bluetti EB3A is a 600 watt, 260 watt hour device. It uses LiFePO 4 batteries with 2,500 plus life cycles to 80%. Some of them use regular lithium batteries. This LiFePO 4 is the top battery for this. You got 6 ways to recharge it: AC, solar, car, generator, AC plus solar, solar, AC plus adapter. Again, 9 outputs on this device for charging multiple devices at once, including up here at the top, the wireless charging output of 15 watts. By the way, this handle here, I always keep the, oh, see now it's in there. It's a little bit harder to get out once it's in there. Kind of got to get your finger up underneath it. I kind of leave it like that. Smart control and monitor in the Bluetti app, which I'm going to show you here in just a minute. And for solar input, it has 200 watts max. Not only that, it will act as a 24/7 UPS. By the way, a couple things on the website. It does say free local shipping, 2-year hassle-free warranty, and lifetime customer support. On the website, some estimates on how many times you can use it for what type of device. A drone at 60 watts, you can charge 4.5 times. A fan you can run for 11 hours, and I can attest to that. I've run it that way. A laptop, 3.5 times charging. iPhone, about 25 times. Mini fridge, about 3.6 hours. And a CPAP, which is pretty important, 9 hours. That's plenty of time for you to sleep. So it's divided up into sections, and each section has a button to turn it on. With the light over here, if I hit it just one time, it's going to turn on the display. You can see on the display it's in eco mode. We got 92%, about 30 hours of usage on it. Output over here, and your input. Of course, you got neither one of those going right now. And just plugging it straight into the wall with the wall adapter, no other connections, I'm getting quite a bit of power into it, so that's nice. The wattage is pretty high. If we hit the button again, then the light turns on. It's a pretty bright light, and it's got different stages to it as well, including SOS. This button right here is going to turn on that section here, and that's all DC, so you've got a couple of USB-A and a USB-C up to 100 watts, and you've got DC output on that as well. Then there's also two 12-volt DC. This is all your input right here, so you can do input with your power cable, or you can plug in right here with your solar or whatever else. And you've got a circuit protector right here, a circuit breaker. And then over here, you turn this on, and now the AC is on. You've got the 2 outlets right there for AC that are pure sine wave. So let's just do a little circle around this thing. The display has a lot of information on it, and we're gonna just kind of flip around the side here. You got a fan over here. There is nothing over here on the back. And you've also got venting over here on this side. Okay, since we have DC on, I'm gonna go ahead and put the phone up here so we can get that charging. And it has started to charge, should show up here on output here in just a second. So this charger up here should be able to get up to 15 watts. That's what it says up there on the top. This phone is pretty full right now, so maybe it's not drawing the full amount of watts, but doing pretty good there. And you'll see that it does update your hours right here as the available hours. So, hey, not too bad, 9 watts of output. Okay, I ride a lot of electric skateboards and stuff, and that is one of the things that I wanted to use these for, because especially during the summer, I would like to be able to harness the sun to be able to charge my electric vehicles, electric bikes, electric skateboards and stuff. So let's just see how this does. As you can see, the DC is on because the green light is on the DC. You see that? Okay, and it's also on for AC. Go ahead and plug that in. Very nice. So yeah, we're charging the phone right now on DC, and we're charging the skateboard using AC. All is well. And so during the summer, I could put this thing out there during the day, get myself a nice full charge on that, being the Bluetti, and then at night I can use that to charge my board. So I'd be ready for the next day. Perfect. And the space between the handles is just right for an iPhone 14 Pro. All right, so let's go ahead and open up the Bluetti app. And right there at the top, you can see under My Bluetti, you can see this one. So we'll just open it up. And you can see now that it's showing 90%, which is also what it's showing on the display. You can see nothing going out or in. You can see the DC and AC are turned on. We can turn them on or off here. So you can see I just turned it off, and it's also showing on the button on there. And then we just turn the AC off. I'm gonna move this over just a little bit. Turn the DC back on. The display will go off after a couple of minutes just to, I guess, conserve energy. And then we turn on the AC. You'll notice when I turn the AC on and off, there is a noticeable click inside the device, and that is turning on the inverter. There's also a power button right in the middle. You can turn that off. And then you'll see in the upper right corner, if you tap on that little gear, you can change your charging mode from standard to silent to turbo. You can turn the eco on and off. And when it is on, you're going to have more features down here. The eco shutdown for hours. LED light, you can turn that on or off, or change it from medium, high, SOS, or off. And then there's firmware upgrade. Let's see if we actually have a firmware upgrade. It looks like we are on the current firmware. So it's pretty nice. Go over here and you've got service. If you need to contact them, you can make a request on your device. And then under me, you can see your address management, contacting them, your font size, multi-language, and current version of the firmware. You can clear your cache and all that kind of stuff. And then when you go back to My Bluetti, you'll see that it actually shows you with that unit. If you had multiple in here, you could see them all at one time, but it actually shows you that the DC and the AC are turned on this device. Let's go back in here into settings. And let's just put this phone on here. And of course, it's going to reflect both on the device itself and on the app. So I'm going to go ahead and use the app to turn it off. Power off the device, yes. Boom. She is off now. So this is a great little power station, and little is kind of the operative word here because it's big enough to power most of the stuff that I need to power with it. I'm not going to be powering a refrigerator or a microwave with it, but it will power most of the stuff that I want it to power. And it's small. It doesn't have a big footprint. I can put this thing away in the closet or put it in my truck someplace. It's very convenient. With powerlifting mode, eco mode, and turbocharging all via the app, the Bluetooth app, this is a very well-rounded power station, and it's been on sale for quite some time. As a matter of fact, I think there's another 5 days left on the Easter sale. Takes it down under $300. So that's really, really reasonable, especially because it's using those LiFePO 4 batteries. It doesn't have as many AC outlets as, say, the Rock Pals that I showed you already. But if you've got 2 AC outlets going and maybe a couple of DC on the USB ports or something like that, you're going to be putting it under some considerable strain anyway, so I think it works out well. Now that I've had my first Bluetti product, I think I'm going to need some more. I've seen some really cool stuff on their website, and I really am, like I said, I'm very interested in one of those coolers because when the power goes out, I need to take the most important stuff out of the fridge and put it in one of those powered coolers. So maybe we'll get one of those and review that this summer. Now, I didn't show the use of it with the solar panel in this video because there was already a lot of information with that app and everything, and didn't want the video to be too long. But you know, that it's variable based on the time of year, the angle of sunshine, and many other factors. So I mean, yeah, it works, and it works well with the solar panels. I have a solar panel that's rated at 100 watts, and it came in around 70 watts, and that was on a not so direct sun day, so that's pretty good. Bottom line is I'm digging it. That's the Bluetti EB3A 600w. I'll put a link down in the description where you can find some more information about it. I want to thank you so much for your support here on the channel. It's been around since 2013, doing various things. In the last year and a half, 2 years, I've been doing electric skateboards, bikes, scooters, solar power, solar generators, and power stations and things like that. And it's just, it's the geek inside of me coming out. And yeah, I'm just really stoked to be able to share this stuff with you. If you've been with the channel since 2013, I thank you so much for your support and the fact that you've been here. And if you're new to the channel, well, welcome, and I hope you will hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll get notifications when I upload new videos. There is a thanks button down there if you want to click that and send a monetary donation. Running a channel like this is not inexpensive. The easiest way to support me is just by giving this video a like. If you like what you see, hit that thumbs up. Also down in the description, I've got links for all my social media, so if you've got one of those accounts, I would appreciate a follow. And that's going to do it for this episode. We'll catch you next time on the Vapor Trail channel.